We started with a new crew chief this year, and to go out there and get those first couple wins right off the bat, that was a good stress reliever, I think, for Steve and the guys, and let us focus on the rest of the season. So, I think it's been good from that standpoint just to get off to a good start. But we've had some trouble, I think, with some consistency and needing to get a little bit better. But we'll keep working at it, and hopefully by the time the chase starts, we'll be in good shape.
It's interesting you say it took some pressure off of Steve Addington coming in there. How many of the guys that Steve is now crew chief for were there last year? Pretty much the same group of guys, or did you change a fair amount?
No, it's actually the exact same group. He didn't change anybody, which, that's pretty much unheard of from a crew chief standpoint. They normally, will bring in a group of guys that they want. So, I was pretty happy with the fact that we got to keep the team intact and go from there.
Hey, this is your fourth season as a Sprint Cup owner. A couple of wins that first year got you off the mark real easily. You got a championship under your belt now. And why do you think you've been so successful being a car owner, driver, when there's so many other big names that have really kind of stumbled when they tried to do the same thing?
I think a lot of it's I just have a lot of trust in our people, and I've learned to delegate. It's, Friday I'm not worried about being a car owner. Friday through Sunday, it's, I just concentrate on, being a driver. But, it's Monday morning through Thursday that you got to play that car owner role. And, if I ever learned anything from Joe Gibbs, it was that you got to have the right people in the right positions. So, I think we've been able to do a good job of finding the right people for those spots and letting them do what they do.
We are, of course, talking with Tony Stewart, driver of the number 14 Office Depot Mobile One Chevy. Well, the other good thing that you've got going for you is pretty stability as far as sponsorship goes. Office Depot has been with you since the get-go, and I know that you do a lot of stuff with Office Depot, with their foundation as well, and you got a big deal coming up again this month for everybody going back to school. Tell me about that and the deal that Office Depot has and your role in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that they started in 2001, obviously long before our program with them, was the National Backpack Program, and since 2001 when they started the program, they've donated over, I guess, 2.9 million sack packs across the country, which is a phenomenal number. And this year alone, for the 2012 season, they're going to donate 400,000 sack packs. So, to see these kids get the start they need to their school year, and to, no matter where they come from, I mean, to know that when they sit down next to another student that they're going to have the same equipment. It's a great feeling knowing that Office Depot's there to help and support that. So we get lucky enough this week while we're in Indy to be at Office Depot store and donate 6,000 sack packs and hopefully make a difference in these kids' lives getting ready for their school year this year.
If we went back to Tony Stewart's fifth grade teacher, what would she say about Tony Stewart, the student?
Oh boy, I don't even remember who my fifth grade teacher was right offhand, but I'd say she's probably going to say I was probably the class clown and got in trouble a lot.
You have a very good sense of humor, and yet a lot of people I don't think realize what a good sense of humor you have. How do you characterize your sense of humor?
I'm very sarcastic. I have a lot of fun. I got a lot of great friends that have a great sense of humor too, and that makes it fun. It's when it comes to being in the car and doing what we do with the race team, I'm very, very serious. But once we get outside the car and we get away from everything, I mean, we're like a pack of wolves. It's like whoever's having a bad day, we're all picking on that one person for a while. But it normally, by the time the day is over, everybody gets their turn of getting picked at. So we have a pretty good time with it.
Throughout your career, you've won titles, obviously, IndyCar, stock cars. A lot of people may not even remember back the midget days, sprint days, Silver Crown. You've been successful everywhere you've done things. Is there anything yet that you have listed on your, everybody calls it a bucket list, that you want to do yet or that you need to accomplish in your mind?
Well, I still want to drive a top fuel car, which, I'm good friends with the Schumacher racing team, and, the U.S. Army's been a part of our car and part of their program, and with that, think I'm going to get the opportunity to run a top fuel car here pretty soon. So looking forward to actually doing that and trying to go over 300 miles an hour. And I'm still racing the dirt sprint car. I love doing that. I'd love to run the Knoxville Nationals and the Cup Series that I'm still a part of. I still got goals there. I mean, I still want to win at every track that we've run at, and we've scratched Vegas off the list this year, but we've got Darlington and Kentucky are the only two that we haven't won at. So that's definitely a goal, and obviously the 500. I mean, we still haven't won the Daytona 500 there, and we'll keep trying, and hopefully we can knock one of those down, and be a pretty cool deal.
You were really close to winning the 24 Hours of Daytona one year, and that just didn't quite happen for you. You have any interest in going to Le Mans if it could ever work out?
Yeah, I think with the right opportunity, it would be fun to do. It's, obviously Le Mans is one of those tracks that you really have to pay attention. And, as we saw this year, I mean, you get cars that run into each other and they just don't know that you're there. So it'd be interesting. I would definitely try it if we got the right opportunity, though.
You talked about the U.S. Army deal that you got going on, which kind of leads us into to Ryan Newman, and what's things looking like as far as contract extensions for him for next year? Are you involved in that, and where are we at?
Well, we're still working on it, obviously. The losing the U.S. Army for next year definitely is a chink in the armor for us. But, at the same time, we still want Ryan, and we're doing everything we can to secure sponsorship to do that.
NASCAR is kicking around an idea about qualifying the top 38 drivers, 4 provisionals, 1 former champion provisional. Sounds a little back to the future-ish, if you ask me, I guess. What do you think about the idea?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think NASCAR does a pretty good job of knowing how to take care of the teams and the sponsors and, producing a great product each week. So, I mean, there's a lot of times that they've come up with an idea that, to me, didn't make a lot of sense. And then as times went on, you understand why and what's going on and how it affects everybody. So, I'm pretty comfortable with whatever they do.
Tony, thanks so much. We appreciate you being with us. Best of luck this week at Indianapolis. Get another championship this year. We're always watching.
I appreciate it.
All right. Tony Stewart. We'll be back right after this. This is On Pit Road, the fastest hour on Ustream TV.